by Justin LaBar was to take the women's championship from him, or from her, I should say. We'll settle that another day as the hits keep on coming.
Well, here's a guy that's certainly making a name for himself here in IWC, Joe.
Very well put together, a natural athlete, and in spite of a hearing impairment that has caused him several difficulties in life, Spencer doesn't want to use that as a sign of weakness. He uses that as a sign of strength. That's why he wears that headgear. And Spencer Slade, I like the determination. I like the focus. He's been one of the standouts of the most recent graduating class of the ICWA training school. We'll see if it can pay dividends and lead to the biggest win of his career tonight. And speaking of big,
Well, I hate to steal a line here, Joe, but when Jimmy Vegas comes through the curtain, the mood changes.
Without question, Jimmy Vegas, the first ever two-time IWC champion, and one of those athletes that's been a part of Clearfield throughout our 10-year existence. Jimmy Vegas has always been mad, bad, and dangerous to know. And whether he's been a founding father, whether he's been out on his own, some of the biggest moments in the history of IWC and Clearfield have centered around Jimmy Vegas.
And LaRusso backing off before the bell even rings. And here we go.
Well, LaRusso's one of those guys who knows as good as anybody how dangerous Vegas can be. And you got, what, 15 or so athletes in the ring fighting for supremacy. This could be a huge career boost for one of these guys, especially these young athletes. Paris Sahara, we saw make his debut a week ago. We got the vice principal, Edgar Johnson, in there. Isaiah Wolf, the Native American superstars in there. Any one of them could win it.
Vic Braun in the corner, another one of the recent IWC trainee graduates, hammering on Corey Futuristic in the corner. This is the first time we've gotten to see him in action, and just plants Corey with a Samoan drop.
Might be the last time we see Corey Futuristic.
Well, you heard Dave Kitch. There's our first elimination, Isaiah Wolf. And Corey Futuristic as well.
Corey always has bad luck at Clearfield, doesn't he?
Well, I believe it was 2 or 3 trips to Clearfield ago that Corey was dressed up as Super Mario, and that didn't do him any favors.
Well, the bodies are starting to fly all over the place. Very first event here at Clearfield, October 3rd, 2009, had such stars as Ray Rowe, currently of the Viking Raiders, Shane Taylor from Ring of Honor. How about DJ Z, now known as Joaquin Wild?
Joe, I don't mean to cut you off. That's a huge elimination.
Oh, that is huge.
Chris LaRusso has been eliminated. He could have been an early pick, Joe.
Flexer, the veteran as well. Other stars involved in that first event, Johnny Gargano and the legendary late great Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and it's only grown from there over the years. We could be seeing our next Johnny Gargano, our next DJ Z, our next Ray Rowe here tonight.
Absolutely, Joe. Those names are almost like a who's who of professional wrestling right now.
And you got to look at the bigger guys, the sexy firemen, the Jimmy Vegas, Philip Archer as odds-on favorite. As we thin out the herd, how are you going to get those behemoths over the top?
That's right, Joe. All the big men are still in.
Spencer working on the principal. Calvin's got Vegas, or so he thinks. I think Vegas has Calvin.
Calvin hard into the corner. Vegas kind of shrugs him off, and
this match got a whole lot less sexy.
Well, who's going to dance? I don't think if any of these guys win, I don't think they're going to dance after it. Do you, Joe? I'm disappointed.
Darn. How about the trophy boy Tyler Klein? He's making his IWC debut.
Absolutely, Joe. All these guys want to make a name for themselves. It's their first opportunity to be seen.
It looks like Tyler Klein has formed a bit of an alliance makeshift with Calvin. And they're working in tandem. This could be a huge effect. Calvin and Tyler thinking the same right now. One mind to eliminate Paris Sahara.
You talk about young upstarts, Joe. What a match it was just a week ago. Paris Sahara one-on-one with the man-dime Elijah Dean, and he took him to his limit.
Oh, I think a lot of people expected an upset in that matchup. As it progressed, Paris held his own in a big-time way. Man-dime contending for the Super Indy Championship tonight, so to face that type of steep competition out of the chute shows a lot for Paris, but he's eliminated.
Well, great showing here, Joe.
And Calvin's turned on Tyler. There's no friends in this match.
Well, it is every man for themselves, Joe. And there's an elimination there right over the top. And another.
Vic Braun is out. You ever thought you'd see Calvin and Philip Archer working together?
And look, and there's to my point, the Lebanon, Joey Moses, he's just getting in the ring now.
I completely forgot about him.
I told you, Joe, he might just circle the ring and think about it. That's exactly what he did.
Lebanon Don outsmarting the field here, at least attempting to.
Well, you know, maybe he was just waiting for the right number. Maybe he has enough to pay off the 5 men in the ring.
Well, but right now, I think even the Lebanon Don realizes Jimmy Vegas won't take a bribe. Spencer Slade's not going to take a bribe. They got to get some people out of here.
Well, the vice principal just shoved Philip Archer out of the way to get himself some of Jimmy Vegas. You got to remember, Joe, the old Andre rule. You got to get as many guys as you can on the larger guy. Get him out of the match.
Principals aren't allowed to lay their hands on people like that.
Well, he's been granted a license. I mean, he's allowed to do it here.
Spencer Slade in trouble. Look out. He's teetering, but, oh, notice Cal. Oh, wait a minute. That principal paddle.
He can't lay his hands on any of his students, and he certainly can't do that either.
And Lebanon Don making a deal with Edgar Johnson.
That's a resignation and a lawsuit in his career, but here in IWC, in this Battle Royal, perfectly legal as Philip Archer is eliminated.
Well, the survivor didn't survive long enough to get the cash purse. And oh, Calvin won't get the purse either, and he needs that to accessorize.
Looked like he was about to hang on, but and the referee in here, he's going to take the paddle off of the vice principal, Edgar Johnson.
A questionable move, but I'm not going to argue it. You got to have some kind of institutional control here.
Well, I mean, there are no disqualifications, but certainly no room for that here.
And wait a minute, look at the Don.
There it is. He's pulling out the money.
Those are C notes. And there goes the principal. There goes the money. And there goes the Don.
If I was Vegas, I'd be picking up some of those hundreds before I got in there with Spencer Slade. Tuck them in your trunks.
Hey, you're not wrong, but I don't think Vegas wants that dirty money. I think Vegas wants to earn it. And check out the ovation. Some of these fans have been won over by Spencer Slade already.
And that's the biggest story out of this Battle Royal. The young upstart, Spencer Slade, face to face with the legend, Jimmy Vegas.
Jimmy Vegas has been synonymous with IWC for so many years. He's been a measuring stick. A week removed from a 6-way ladder match. I'm not sure if Vegas is 100%, but it'll have to be because Spencer Slade exploding here with takedowns to the big man Vegas.
Beautiful crossbody followed by a clothesline and a suplex. Spencer Slade's on fire here, Joe.
And Spencer Slade has looked good against a number of high-profile competition in recent months from the likes of Dylan Bostic and Chris LaRusso and Jacques Sampson. But none as big as Vegas, who catches Spencer coming down.
Yeah, the big man had that one well scouted. Now just unloading on Spencer in the corner.
Belly to belly. Shades of another Pittsburgh legend, the franchise Shane Douglas. And notice how Vegas uses that to slow this tempo down.
Slade is teetering, fighting back as he avoids elimination.
Oh, great vertical leap with a drop kick, and Vegas down again.
Vegas is rocked.
Low bridge and Spencer's history. We've seen Vegas in countless main events here at Clearfield. We've seen him contest for the IWC title. We've seen him inside the confines of a steel cage. But tonight we see Vegas standing tall, 10 years of Clearfield, and Vegas wins this special Clearfield Battle Royal.
Well, hold on, Joe.
Yeah, Vegas may not be done with Spencer Slade.
All right.
That's
wow.
a good endorsement. Respect from Jimmy Vegas does not come easily, and it's not taken lightly. But Vegas, a little bit of endorsement to Spencer Slade. Vegas knows he's been in there with a future star, but it's Vegas who goes home with the winner's share of the purse money in the Clearfield Battle Royal.